Hello and welcome to Critical Free podcast. I'm Josh.
I'm Tyler.
Welcome.
Right, so here we go. We are on podcast actor special number 4.
Yeah.
Yes, and obviously
Number 4.
number 4. And obviously today we're doing again. He's definitely one of my favourite actors. And that's Christian Bale.
Yeah. Well, I think he's just one of the arguably best actors out there, to be fair, because of the way that he acts. But we'll get onto that, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
So, just before we start, obviously, last thing we did was the live stream.
Yeah,
now.
Oscars.
The Oscars live stream, yeah.
It was really good.
It was fun, wasn't it? Enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, it was really good. Obviously, I had a lot of fun doing it. Obviously, we had Jack there as well. It was always good. We finally was the critical 3.
Yeah. Well, there's 3 of us.
Yeah,
absolutely. But yeah, it was really good in general, wasn't it? So if you haven't checked it out already, just go and check it out. I think that's our most watched video of all time as well, because it's 181 views we got on that bad boy as well. And we had some good view count throughout the actual stream itself as well.
Yeah.
It's safe to say I got absolutely. There's not a word for it that can't. That's not going to get bleeped out. But you can tell now. If you know me, you could tell that I was maybe a bit gone.
Oh, I thought you were going to do your catchphrase then. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. But nah, looking back at it, the last hour, I'm there I look so bad. But yeah, it was good. And I'm safe to say again, I was a bit worse for wear the following morning, for sure. But yeah, so just a few people who joined us and left the comments in the live stream itself.
We had some great comments.
We had obviously Steve. We had Youth Boy. And we had Lewis Hunt 123 as well, which I believe Youth Boy and Lewis Hunt 123 we didn't actually know, and obviously they just joined us first things first on the live stream. So thank you very much for joining us there, boys, and finding us during that Oscars live stream. We do appreciate it.
Yeah.
And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, but hopefully you have already. But yeah. So, I don't know if there's anything more you want to say on the live stream, mate. But...
Yeah, I just want to say, massive thank you. It was great. Like I said, we had so much fun doing it. And obviously from when we started this channel and obviously doing these podcasts, about 4 weeks ago, we didn't kind of expect to see kind of what has happened. And we've had, obviously, like I said, a lot of support and like I said, the live stream, it was long and obviously it was late, and we did have, we had a good few people stay and watch that with us, and it was just a great experience throughout. Like I said, we had some great comments, and it was just really nice to kind of, because we got a lot of your views as well. Like I said, you didn't agree on everything with us, which is great. It was just a good experience all around. So yeah, massive thank you. Thank you for the support, and obviously we kind of hope you stay with us, you enjoy the videos. Like I said, you're always more welcome to hit that comments button as well.
Comments button. I didn't know there was a button.
Well, we should create one. Come on, YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, hit the comments, hit the like.
Hit like and all that, yeah. But yeah, all good. So obviously, our main focus of doing the podcast today is not the live stream. Is in fact to do a Christian Bale special, as you mentioned before there.
Yes.
But this is one we're both excited for, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, our last one is the Casey Affleck one. If you've not watched that, go. It will be at the end of the video, so you can just click that link and go and watch it.
Cool.
So yeah, that's something for you to do, Josh.
Cheers.
So yeah, we're doing a Christian Bale. Like I said, obviously we just had the Oscars. Vice, his last film, won a few awards. Again, another great film. We're not talking about this in this podcast. But yeah,
I think that's because we kind of touched on it already, haven't we?
Yeah.
In the Oscars special that we did, but
yeah. So the first film, I've not watched this, but you watched this earlier today.
I did, yeah. American Psycho.
I'm interested. I'm interested to hear what you think.
Yeah, I don't really know what I think. See, when you said, right, I haven't watched this, Josh, before the podcast, obviously, I haven't watched this, so you have to take charge of this. I was like, okay. Because I watched both American Hustle and American Psycho today as well. So, yeah, the two very good films, two very different films.
Yeah.
But yeah, American Psycho, it's obviously I'd put it under horror genre because it's about psychopaths and serial killers more than anything else.
Yeah.
You couldn't really put it under anything else, I wouldn't think.
No.
Because it wouldn't fit under anything else. It's not an action. It's not a drama. It's a horror. It's a horror. It's just about death and killing people.
Okay.
But it's another one where it's like a plot twist at the end. I don't fully understand the plot twist as yet. I think it might have to be one where I kind of go and rewatch it. But
from what I know of the film, it is very controversial. In the sense of that, I think there's a video on YouTube where someone kind of analyses the whole film, and I think it says that the killings never actually happened. That it was something to do with kind of. I'm not sure.
You've just spoiled the film there, mate.
So, have I? Oh well.
I thought there was a spoiler free podcast this, but you've just gone ahead and obviously watched a spoiler filled video and just brought that to the table. So well done. Just a heads up, spoilers alert. All right. Bit late now, I know.
No. I'm hoping most of the people would have watched it anyway. If not, then the kind of.
Well, you haven't watched it, so you can't really talk, can you, mate?
Well, I still knew what bloody happened at the end of it.
Oh, you did, yeah, true. But yeah, it is like that. But then you think, oh, surely it's more than that. But then it did come out. Oh, actually, I didn't check when that came out. Oh, it doesn't matter. But it was the earlier film to obviously Dark Knight and stuff. And one of his earliest films as well. And you can kind of tell the film as well. It's kind of like
it's early 2000s, isn't it?
Early 2000s. I'll have a brief look while I'm talking, but you can tell from it, and you know.
Would you recommend it?
I would recommend it. Yeah, I wanna know what like other people's opinions are on it. To be honest,
I believe obviously Liam. I'm sure he's watched this, and I'm sure he says it's a really good film. I'm sure if I remember it correctly, he actually recommended it. Liam, I do apologise if I am wrong. I'm sorry I made that up if I am, but I'm sure he's watched it. So again, obviously Liam is a big Christian Bale fan. Christian Bale, that's been a childhood actor anyway. His first film was Spielberg film. So yeah, little fact for you there.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. So when I said it was one of his earliest films, it wasn't really, but in terms of probably lead role, it was.
It kind of say major recognition for that one, yeah. You got a lot of recognition for that one.
But yeah, I think, seeing as though, it's a 2000 film, that's what I was going to say. So it's a 2000 film, so maybe, in that case, it is kind of a good film then in that case, because there's been so many films that have done it like that now that I think it's kind of tainted me, and I've gone, it's just another one of them, maybe
another slasher.
Yeah,
is it slasher?
I guess, yeah. It's not mainly focused on that,
right?
Really, it's more how he goes about it and deals with it.
Okay.
Really. There's not, you don't really get to see that many deaths. Now I watched the version on Netflix, and it was only 1 hour 40 minutes, and I don't know whether there's an extended cut of it, because it seems like a film that would have an extended cut, purely for the fact that you miss a lot of the deaths.
Right.
Or whether I just missed a lot of the deaths, they didn't go in my brain. But
it didn't go in my brain.
But there's a bit where it's like reciting, oh, I've killed this person, I've done this, whatever. Right? There's a bit where he's doing that. He's reciting it to somebody. I'm not going to say who because it's kind of a spoiler, but he's reciting it, and then you go in, hey, up, when did they kill them? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, whether I just missed it, because I was, to be fair, I was like, playing Rocket League, I think it was at the same time, but whether I missed it, but I doubt I did, because I was pretty in on it.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. It was good. I would watch it again now. I would watch it again. But yeah, in terms of ratings, just to kind of almost back up what I've said, I think I'm on the same lines as these guys. I think I would give it the rating that they've given it, which is like a mediocre rating, because it's not absolutely fantastic, but it's not absolutely terrible. It's kind of like somewhere in between, probably more towards the good side.
Yeah.
But it's like, if I was to give it out of 10, I know we do critical 3, but if I was to give it out of 10, I would probably give it a 6 or a 7.
If you was to do it out of critical 3?
If I was to do it out of critical 3, it'd be a 2.
2. A weak 2, strong 2?
Kind of a middle one.
So just a 2?
Yeah, just a 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Just a solid in the middle 2.
Solid,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because yes, I would recommend it. I would go, worth going watching. Let's see what your opinion is about it.
Yeah.
It's kind of messed up. There's a lot of themes in it. It is an 18.
Okay.
So there's a lot of themes in it that you go, oh, okay. He's quite big into, like, he's just got no emotion, but he likes stuff that are kind of emotion based, I feel. Right. So like, he watches like adult movies, and stuff.
There's a bit of nudity in the film, isn't there? If I'm right?
There's a lot of nudity in the film. Yeah, there's a lot of kind of, he brings a girl back to his place, and there is actually reference to actual serial killers. There's a reference he does to Ted Bundy.
Okay.
As well in the film.
Okay.
He said as a quote about that Ted Bundy said in the film, and it's kind of like tossed off. I should have used a better phrase actually there. Oh jeez, what's happened to my camera? Right, anyway. But no, it's kind of like put on the wayside. That comment is kind of thrown away because they go, "Oh, who's Ted Bundy?" And he's like, "What? You don't know who he is?" And then he just kind of moves on.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'll go and watch it. Just go and watch it. I don't really know what else to say about it, to be honest.
No.
Just go and give it a check it out.
Yeah, that's something I can't really comment much on just because I've not seen it. Obviously, I know elements and bits of it, like I knew the ending. So yeah, spoiler there. But yeah, no, that's cool. It's definitely one of those that I've picked up multiple times, just as kind of like just to buy it on Blu-ray and just kind of risk it. I'll buy it, watch it, and kind of hope that I like it enough to keep it.
But you don't even have to do that, mate, because it's on Netflix.
Oh, is it? Well, there you go then.
It's on Netflix, so go and check it out now. Yeah. It's on Netflix.
Sadly, we're not being sponsored.
No, it'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
but yeah, I'll give it, like I say, critical 2 for it. I didn't actually say what the ratings was, but IMDb gave it a 6.7 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes give it a 68%. So yeah, I'd agree with a 7.
Yeah.
Between 6 and 7. So they are about right.
Yeah.
But in terms of, obviously, we're not necessarily here to talk about the film. We're here more to talk about Christian Bale in the film.
Yeah.
Really. And he's fantastic in it.
Yes.
He just does a really good emotionless kind of figure, which is what it's meant to be.
Yeah.
But he doesn't do it like how you could do it, where it's just bland.
Yeah.
He does it really interesting, and he has. It's based off a book, isn't it? Or a book followed. I know there's a book called American Psycho because I know someone was reading it that long back, but I don't know whether the book came first or whether the movie came first. But it's all he's got routines to his day, and he's kind of like an OCD.
Yeah.
So it's like a psychopath.
Yeah. Is he big on cleanliness as well?
Yeah, he's just he has all these routines with his face, and he works out all the time and stuff like that. And there's times when the girls come round and they will go to put a spoon on the table or something. He'll go, no, proper freak out. Just at them putting a spoon on the table.
It's
Yeah.
I'm saying
Go on.
it's weird though, because obviously that's kind of how serial killers work. There's always something, not I would say not normal, but extreme about their everyday routine anyway,
Just anyway, yeah.
or the fact that they have a strict routine.
Mm.
You know what I mean? But yeah, no, that's good. I'll ask you a question. I won't ask you till later, till we get onto American Hustle.
Right. But yeah, I just find one thing about the film as well, just to wrap it up, as
Yeah.
it's very all the characters,
Mm.
unless if you're a businessman,
Okay.
right? Because that's the only that it's like he's a businessman anyway, right? But unless if you're a businessman, there is not a character in there that you can associate with in the film.
Okay.
Even the normal people. Like there's an old woman in it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not an old woman, so I can't associate. But there's an old woman that stops him killing a cat, I think, or something.
Okay.
And then there's like a homeless guy. Again, I'm not a homeless guy. There's just like a lot of characters in it, but they're not something you could associate with.
When you say not associate with, do you mean something that's obviously kind of
Not
associated with because they're not on your level, or not associated with because how it's filmed and how the characters are played out, they played out that you don't really have to care for them. So for the homeless guy, for example, even though obviously it's homeless, it's not a nice situation in film or in real life. Yeah. They're not played as where you have to care for them.
But you almost can't step yourself into their shoes because you haven't been them.
Okay.
That's what I mean. Right. There's a lot of characters in there that you just can't go, well, I've never experienced what their life's like, so I can't really, say. And it's like that because obviously a psychopath, it's the same.
Yeah.
That's how their brain works. They haven't got any emotion.
Yeah.
So you almost haven't got this emotion for these characters because you don't really know what they're going through. Obviously, kind of like a homeless person. Obviously, they're going through terrible things, and he does like a kind of like a rehabilitation thing of like, I'm gonna make you better. And then he's like, it's really weird. It's a really weird scene. That's probably one of the best scenes in the film, just of how he kind of like changes. Because it's like going, I'm going to help you, or you're a piece of rubbish on the pavement, or but no, you got to rehabilitate, but you're worthless, mate. You're nothing. All that. It's like the difference between that, like flick between, just kind of trying to work out where he belongs in the world, and that's what it is. There's like a famous line in the film where it's like trying to fit in, just trying to fit in. That's like the thing. I just want to fit in. Which is why he's at the job that he's at, because it's very much like cliched job in where the film's set. It's obviously like businessman. His dad's like the main guy of the business that he's in as well.
Okay.
It's like he's like CEO of it and stuff. Yeah, there you go, mate. So
good. So obviously moving on to the next. Well, we say next 3 films. But we are kind of doing it as one, and that is the Batman Trilogy. Of course, we had to get this in here. All great Batman films. But before we kind of get into it, talk a bit more detail, and also with Christian Bale's acting and everything else as well, rank them. How would you rank them from best to worst?
All right, rank them. Yeah. All right. Just before I say something else then. I would say
rank. R-A.
Rank. Yeah. Rank them. Yeah.
No W in there.
I think that American Psycho is messing with my head, mate. I'll tell you now, it's messing with me. Anyway, I'd rank it Dark Knight, Batman Begins, and Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with you there. Yeah. Not obviously, I still love Dark Knight Rises. It's still a fantastic Batman film. But I always kind of take it from the experience of the moment I walk out of cinema.
Yeah, okay.
Like, it's that first reaction is kind of a true reaction of kind of, like, how I felt with the film. So, yeah, obviously getting into this, it was definitely one of the first films I saw Christian Bale in. For me, anyway. Obviously, we was quite young at the time when the Batman film first came out.
It's the first film I've seen him in as well, Batman Begins.
And like I said, it's just such a great film. The only thing odd about this these three films, and it's nothing to do with Christian Bale. It's the fact that in Batman Begins, Gotham City is built, there's CGI, there's a lot of stuff there that isn't in Dark Knight or Dark Knight Rises. Dark Knight Rises is just. I want to say New York. I'm not too sure. So I know filmed in various locations, but it does.
But you're
look
right.
like, do you know what I mean? There's no like Christopher Nolan didn't continue to build
Gotham. It was just a city.
Yeah, look at Tim Burton's Batman. Then that is kind of the way that I think he was going to do it, and then in the end he just scrapped it, which works. But when you watch him, you can't. I do get interested to see how it would have continued.
I think it's more real as well doing like that.
Well, in the other two, yeah, but it's just a really odd kind of thing because the third Batman Begins does have a more comic feel than the other two.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. But yeah, Dark Knight Rises, obviously they have the scene where it's in the football pitch.
Yeah.
Into it as well, which is like, quite a modern thing. I don't know whether they had football in actual Gotham City. I don't know if that was taken from a comic or anything, I don't know. But it's just like it seems like he almost brought that in just to go, or let's bring a real life thing into it.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
I could see where you come from. Also, they had it was Gotham versus I couldn't quite remember what the other team were called. So that worked for me, but I can see what you mean. From what I've ever read of any of the comics or ever seen of any of the animation films, I've never seen any American football,
or just sport in general. I don't think.
No, not what I can think of. No, but no, like I said, the three of them are great. Obviously, the Dark Knight is by far. The thing I love about this, and obviously, I don't think Liam was happy when I told him about this. I went to a double bill IMAX screening of Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises. You should have seen his face when I said, "Remember IMAX?" It's like, hold on, I didn't even come out on IMAX. It got proper concerned. But yeah, again, like I said, going back to Christian Bale's performance, he grows as Batman and grows as Bruce Wayne throughout the three.
Yeah.
The only thing that irritated me a bit was in Dark Knight Rises where he hung up being Batman in the second one. Now I knew he drove away. You've got that famous speech, I'm not the hero they need, blah blah blah. But it just seemed a bit dramatic for him to. And
it made the film slow at the start, didn't it?
Yeah, it was just very dramatic. He had a cane. I don't know why he had a cane. Because he jumped on that bike at the end of the second one, so I don't know again where that had come from. Then he just kind of got rough, and it was just really weird.
I think that was the fact that he hadn't exercised, wasn't it? I think they were saying that the cartilage in his knees, if I remember correctly, in the film, it's something about cartilage in his knees, which is why he has to have the knee device so he can move his knees properly.
Yeah.
Which is why then he can start kicking through walls again and stuff like. All right, but yeah, it's something to do with his knees, really.
I'm not surprised. Jumping on that van would have hurt him, and the second one would have hurt his knees.
Just in general, mate, everything that Batman, he's going to pay for that in 10 years' time. That's what you can think, Yeah. Kicking in, mate. Oh, you're going to pay for that in 5 years. Acting like I'm an old man.
Yeah.
Oh, son, don't do that to your back. Oh. That whole scene when Bane, crushes him on his leg. Oh no. Oh, 20 years, mate. Your back's going to gain.
I've already got Forrest Gump stuff strapped to my legs. I don't need it on my back.
But yeah, do you think that the Dark Knight trilogy, as it was, ended at the right time, or would you like to see another film?
Yes, it ended at the right time because I think after I think after I can't remember his name now. Joker, Heath Ledger. I think after he died, there was a bit of kind of talk about Christopher Nolan not wanting to do another one. And I also think he actually struggled with the story for the third one because again I do believe his original plan was it was another Joker story.
Yeah.
It was, which would have been fantastic, and I really really wish we got to see that.
Yeah.
But so yeah, he almost didn't make it. There's a lot of kind of talk of should I, shan't I, and obviously he did, and then it ends where you've got Gordon Levitt, his character, goes into the Batcave, and basically everyone's like, oh, it's Robin, because that's his nickname, and everyone's like, they're going to do another one, or he's going to do a spin-off, and I'm kind of glad that they left it there. Because if they went back, or he became the next Batman, or became Robin, they'd be like, okay, that'd be really cool because Christopher Nolan's doing it, but who would he fight? And if he fought any of Batman's villains that we've not seen Batman fight, it would be a bit weird.
Well, yeah, it was like again, it was Batman or Bruce Wayne hung up his cape again in the third one. So if they made a fourth one, I gone, right, he's putting back on his cape again. You're probably used to this now, you know. He's hung it up, he's getting it back out of the closet again. You know, it just gets a bit same old. So I think it was good in a way because it was like in the cafeteria on it, the Alfred.
Yeah, he runs away with Catwoman, doesn't he?
And Alfred looks across and sees him with Catwoman.
And, that's such a great ending.
It is a good ending.
You know, it's because I thought he died, and I think and then you see that and you think, yeah, that's because again it goes back to in the comics. Again, I'm not sure if you ever read any of the Batman comics, Josh, but there's always been a love interest between Batman and Catwoman. They never have a happy ending. Either she still kind of she either does something mean to Batman or something always gets in the way. And this is actually the first time, from what I remember, that they actually live happily ever after. Which is it's nice. It's a good ending.
Yeah. I do like the trilogy. I wouldn't say there's anything wrong with the trilogy. I wouldn't have done anything better. Even though I said, like, obviously Dark Knight Rises, I kind of ranked that as the worst. I still don't think there's anything particularly that I'll go, oh, you know, they should have done this better. But I don't know about you, but I don't feel like, you know, I could have changed the film to make it any better than it was, just purely for the stance that what it was going off anyway. Yeah. And obviously with Heath Ledger passing away, so they weren't able to do the Joker any longer.
We've got Tom Hardy again. We've mentioned him in nearly every video. And
Tom Hardy is Bane.
Yeah, we've done also podcasts on him. Like I said, that I thought Bane as a villain was good.
He just I suppose that's one thing.
He was good.
He just wasn't
great
as big as he should be.
Yeah, I don't know. He's good, but I just don't know if I find him menacing. The Joker was menacing because he was crazy. The Scarecrow in the first one, he was menacing because he had the toxin, and again it was scarier. But Bane, it was just a strong.
Mate, I don't know, mate. I wouldn't like to take on Bane.
No, I wouldn't. But there was just something maybe slightly missing, and I'm not saying that's a bad bit on Tom Hardy's part. I'm just saying there was just something. It is a great Batman film, but it's just it's not quite as good as the other two for me.
Well, Bane, for what I can remember, when I from everything Batman that I've watched and seen, he's always been massive.
Yeah.
A lot bigger, double, triple the size of
Batman.
Of the Dark Knight Rises adaptation, Tom Hardy's adaptation. Huge, absolutely huge guy. Especially in the Arkham games.
Yeah.
It's like, he's got tubes and everything on his back and stuff, hasn't he? And he's absolutely huge.
Yeah.
And that's scary.
Yeah.
You go, oh mate, no. Yeah. You can go and destroy Gotham for all I care. Just go and have fun. But you would, to be fair, I would chance my arm with Tom Hardy's with Bane. Tom Hardy's Bane, but the Bane from Arkham Arkham games, I'd be like, nope, see you, mate. I'm
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like I said, it was good on Tom Hardy's. You know, he played Bane well. The I think it just might have been design or I don't know. Like I said, there's just something there. I can't
I
quite put my
suppose
finger
though,
on it.
one thing that's different is obviously this Bane was kind of taught by Ra's al Ghul, wasn't he?
Yeah,
So not only was he like proper hench,
yeah,
but he also had that thing that he's better than Batman in terms of fighting ability as well.
yeah. But they're both taught by him, weren't they? The difference is Bane was, what I'm assuming, a little bit longer because obviously Bruce Wayne
Yeah,
left him to die.
yeah, and they had all that thing in the dungeon thing, didn't they? In
Yeah,
the but yeah, it's the fact that he was a better fighter than Batman as well because of
yeah,
the scene that gets him into the place
yeah,
where he has to then rehabilitate himself. Batman has to rehabilitate himself after getting beaten down by Bane,
yeah,
which actually is a very good story arc, in fact, because it's very rare that you actually get to see Batman or anybody like absolute pulp to death to
mm,
the fact that a lot of majority of the film isn't actually based off of Batman really. It
no,
is, but it's based off of him. It's based off Bruce Wayne building up the courage to become Batman again.
yeah,
Very
yeah.
much
You're
similar
right.
to
You're right.
Infinity War and Hulk and Bruce Banner, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, no, I think you nailed that on the head with that. Obviously, comment there. You know that is the case with Bruce Wayne and Batman. Um, but maybe that's what was weird. Even though it's a great story arc, because we just saw a film where Batman was in his full flow,
Yeah,
to go to he's not confident after just it, which looks like just dealing with the most menacing guy you ever meet. Is kind of like what?
but I think it doesn't it like take into account time between
Yeah, but
number two and number three.
yeah, but again, it's just one of those things. It's like I don't. It was just. I don't know. It's just a little bit. I don't know. Just a little bit weird. I found it a bit weird when I first watched it. Now it don't bother me as much. But like I said, with these reviews, also with these films, I always go off when I first watched it, just because they are my initial reaction.
Yeah, and I suppose Wollington Hall is in it, isn't it?
Yeah, not on
For
location.
Wayne Manor.
There's a plaque there now when you go to the
Yeah.
place stating that it was filmed there.
They had a whole thing, didn't they, after it, where they were literally like opened up and it's like, right, this is all Batman, and they
Yeah,
had loads of Batman stuff about.
yeah. They even I think they screened the film there as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for the
outside cinema.
and I think they still do that. They did that last year,
Did
so
they?
they still continue to do it every year, I think.
Okay.
But they did do it just the year gone, and they did obviously other stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was. I think we should go to that one maybe this year
Yeah. I think they did
for the
Star
podcast.
Wars. They did Force Awakens
Yeah, they did
last year as well,
loads.
didn't they?
They've
Yeah.
done loads.
That
Yeah,
was a good one.
they do kind of a few during the summertime. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'd have to go to one of them.
Yeah.
But that's kind of off topic. But yeah, I think if we're going to do a film location, obviously Wallington Hall is just down the road.
Yeah. Yeah. For
So maybe
our
we should go
videos.
and do a film and location there video,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then obviously we can test it out there. Because then later down the line, just going off topic, mid kind of run,
Yeah.
we're thinking of maybe going out to London and doing a few filming locations in London, aren't we?
Yeah. Definitely.
Um, that kind of came off the back. Originally, I wanted to go to Hampton Court. I just want to go to Hampton Court, and then I went to go see The Favourite just before the Oscars, in fact, and that's filmed at Keddison Hall, and it made me really want to go to Keddison Hall after that. So then I was like, that'd be a good video if we
Yeah.
just went down to Keddleston Hall, just filmed it.
Yeah.
Went maybe I don't know if you go inside, but went onto the grounds because I know you can go onto the grounds for sure.
Yeah.
And went to the places where that are in the film and stuff. And then you said about Legend as well, didn't you? The
Yeah.
cafe and that and stuff. So
Yeah, I think obviously kind of what we're thinking is if it's maybe one every month or obviously again due to travelling obviously it costs as well, it could be every 2 months. We're gonna just go round and obviously film a few different filming locations. Obviously we've got The Favourite, with the hall and everything. Then we've just got to go to London. Now some of the places I want to go is obviously East London. There's the famous scene in Legend, which we did again a podcast. We did the Tom Hardy special, where there's the famous scene in the calf, where Ronnie pulls out the gun. You can go in that cafe. You can actually order a ticket, and obviously it looks exactly the same as.
Can I just say something? I said Kedleston Palace, Kedleston Hall, didn't I? Did I say Kensington Palace or did I say Kensington? It's Kensington Palace is what I meant to say. If I said anything other than that, just when you were saying Hall, I was thinking, wait, no, it's not. It's Kensington Palace in London. Nice. Yeah, it's Kensington Palace in London where we're gonna go. But yeah, there's other places, isn't there?
There's that. There's obviously quite a few. Keep dropping my pen. There's quite a few James Bond locations as well. Again, depending on how well you know your Bond films. Actually, there's so many.
You got the MI5 building, haven't you, on the river?
MI5, MI6.
Which whatever it is.
MI5,
MI whatever.
MI5, I believe, is American or different division. I'm not too sure, but it's MI6. You've got Fleet Street, which is Sweeney Todd. Baker Street, which is Sherlock Holmes. So there's a lot to see in London. So yeah, obviously, guys, if comment below, is there any locations you would like to see? What do you think of the premise of the videos? Is it something that you'd be interested in kind of seeing? We'd be interested in seeing filming locations. It's it's quite surreal. I think when you do see one. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Look forward to it.
Yeah. So I think Dark Knight trilogy. Just going back to that now.
Yeah. Back
after
on
that little segue.
Yeah. Back on topic.
So yeah, I'm just gonna do the ratings. Obviously, that Rotten Tomato and IMDb gave it. Don't know why I said that weird. And then we'll go and do our critical threes for each of the films.
Yep.
So Batman Begins, IMDb gave it 8.3 out of 10.
Okay.
Rotten Tomato 84%.
This Batman Begins, yep.
Batman Begins.
Yeah.
Yep. Dark Knight gave it a 9 out. IMDb. Yeah, Dark Knight.
Yeah.
So IMDb gave it 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
And Rotten Tomato gave it 87% for Dark Knight.
Okay. Surprised at that.
I would have given that more.
Yeah, I would have.
No, I would. No, sorry. No, they didn't. That was Dark Knight Rises. Sorry, no. Dark Knight gave it 94%. Yeah. For Rotten Tomato, gave it 94% for Dark Knight.
Right.
So Dark Knight Rises was Rotten Tomato 87%.
Yeah.
And IMDb 8.4 out of 10 for Dark Knight Rises. So they actually ranked Dark Knight Rises better than Batman Begins.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at that. There's always a bit of a conflict of which one was better.
I just enjoyed Begins, to be honest, just because it was a good origin story, and I think it's the only origin story I ever want to go with now.
Yeah.
I think if I see another one, I'll be like, oh, it's nothing compared to the Christopher Nolan one. So
yeah, the one thing I do want to ask you, also again wrapping the Batman up, and this kind of question on Christian Bale's acting is special. His Batman voice, a lot of controversy about that at the time. What did you think of it?
I think it took me a minute to think of what I want to say in regards to that, because it's never been a question that I've been asked, because I've always just rolled with his voice, because it's the only voice that I think maybe he could do.
Okay.
Because I suppose himself, anyway, he's got kind of a little lisp, but not a lisp, but like a kind of, he talks different.
Yeah.
He does have a little bit like unique voice, unique talking. He does talk uniquely. So I think to have him talk any other way would be different. Yeah. And obviously, you can't necessarily blame it on Christian Bale for talking the way that he did. Maybe it was just you should blame Christopher Nolan for casting him as it, or the casting team of it for casting him as it. If the voice was an issue, because
the voice wasn't an issue to me. I
know, but what I'm saying is obviously if people are saying that the voice is an issue.
Yeah.
Then maybe you shouldn't go, or Christian Bale, your voice is terrible in it. It's down to,
because obviously he has his Bruce Wayne voice, and then when he's Batman, he talks like that. He talks like where are they? That's he puts that on. Yeah. So I'm asking. Obviously, a lot of people's like, why didn't you just talk normal? Now me and obviously
that's Batman, isn't it?
Yeah. Now also me and my dad says, well, he's got to kind of put on a voice so no one knows who he is.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's like, I suppose though,
if you was dressed up, if you was dressed up in Batman, and you started talking to me, I know exactly who you was.
exactly, yeah, and he's going against people that he associates with in real life. It's not like it's criminals that he doesn't associate with. Obviously, Harvey Dent
Yeah.
is a prime example of that
Yeah.
because obviously, he knows Bruce Wayne, Harvey Dent, and as well,
Commissioner Gordon.
Commissioner Gordon, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same. He would recognise him straight away.
Yeah.
Hey, oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Brucey boy, you all right?
Brucey.
Uh,
He pulls
yeah.
the mask off. It's Bruce Full song.
Yeah, and again, his missus in it in the second one.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name.
Rachel.
Yeah, that's the one. Again, she would recognise it. So you have to. But then I suppose you could then say Superman.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
No.
And all he does is take off his glasses.
Yeah.
Magic.
Yeah.
But I suppose it's alien, so
anything can happen.
Might do a Doctor Who psychic paper thing, where like it changes for everyone. Everyone thinks it looks different or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So obviously wrapping that up, moving on to our last and final Christian Bale film, which is definitely one of, I'd say, my biggest surprise film of his. I love the film, and that's American Hustle.
Okay.
Also, you watched that today. Again, the reason I like this, and I mentioned this before we actually filmed the podcast, it's Christian Bale and Amy Adams, which have also just gone and done Vice. And like I said, I think I mentioned before, I'm not the biggest Amy Adams fan. However, in this film and in Vice, she just absolutely nails it. Now, I'm not going to speak too much because it is on God's Christian Bale. And again, when I went to watch Vice, the first film that popped in my head was American Hustle, not only because it was them two together again, but it was so invested and so... He was the character he was playing in that film. There was never a point that this was Christian Bale. And obviously there's quite a lot of weight, he put weight on for both roles and a lot of prosthetics as well.
Yeah. He does look a lot different to any of his other roles.
Yeah.
The most similar role was a recent role being Vice, really, in terms of build.
Yeah.
I don't think it's been that build for any other film, really. Because he went then straight back from that, didn't he? Yeah. But that was, again, The Machinist. If we're going to talk about, obviously, his body transformation, The Machinist is opposite to putting on weight.
Yeah.
And he lost loads of weight.
Yeah.
And then after that, went on to do Batman.
Yeah, and then I think after that,
mental.
After Batman, he went and did this, which was American Hustle.
Yeah.
So obviously he went from kind of muscly and have good health to then go and put loads of weight on.
Yeah.
And it's and obviously you got Bradley Cooper as well. And it's just such a good film.
It's a good film.
The costume design, and obviously it's based on true story as well, and it just elevates Christian Bale as an actor. It shows how good he really is. Like if I was to recommend you Christian Bale films, I'd say go and watch American Hustle and go and watch obviously Vice, which obviously is not on this list, but it's a good kind of, even though there's similarities, it's good on how he can invest in the character. The Batman films are good, but it's Bruce Wayne, it's Batman. We know.
Yeah,
We know what and who Batman is.
Yeah.
I
think as well, Vice is like a grounded character to play because Batman can be experimented with.
Yeah.
You can go anywhere with Batman. Obviously, you look at the difference between Michael Keaton's Batman and Christian Bale's Batman, and obviously Ben Affleck's Batman. Whereas, obviously, him playing Dick Cheney, you know who Dick Cheney is, or at least you are meant to before you go and see the film. Yeah. So then he has to act identical to him for him to put it off, and he does put it off. Yeah. Which is why then it's so impressive because it is a grounded character that you have to be, otherwise the film doesn't work.
Yeah. And do you know what the good thing about that, like I said, between Vice and between American Hustle, they're both true stories. They're both based on real people, real characters, and real events. And I think that's what Christian Bale's good at. Now, obviously,
Yeah.
to compare, and like I said, I know I'm being personal speaking about Vice a lot, and we're not kind of including this in the video. But again, it's just focused on Christian Bale's acting kind of technique. You can't compare American Hustle to American Hustle to American Psycho.
No.
One, I think due to his age and kind of experience at the time, and it's just
Different genre of film.
totally different. Yeah.
I think we've done really well to pick the films that we have because all the films that we've done have been different genres of film and a different side of Christian Bale's acting.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Yeah.
As well. And obviously, you know, horror. So we've done horror, being American Psycho. We've done action, superhero film through, and then this is like drama, isn't it?
Drama, true story kind of aspect. Yeah.
Comedy as well, because it's a bit funny on it.
What was your kind of thoughts on this film?
I thought it was good, and I did enjoy it a lot, and there was a lot of funny moments in it. But I don't know. Overall, I think it's a film I got to watch a second time.
Okay.
I
think
I did.
Go on.
I did enjoy it. Yeah, I enjoyed every part in it. There's a specific scene in it that I enjoyed with Bradley Cooper's, when they kind of like supposedly nail that guy for what he did by doing the exchange towards the end of the film.
Yeah.
They did the exchange of money, the $2 million.
Yeah.
So for those of you that have watched it, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you've never watched it before, you have no clue what I'm talking about. So go and watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they go and exchange the money, and then he goes and celebrates. Yeah, we've done it, like that. It's just funny. That whole kind of scene's funny, and then like, obviously you've taken the mick, and the guy sat down, the main captain guy, into the police department that he's on.
Yeah.
You know, he's there like, oh, and then he goes up to him and he just, it's just so funny, that scene. And I know we're not talking about Bradley Cooper's acting, but that is just a funny scene. And it kind of sums up the film, I'd say, that scene. Just in terms of how good all the actors are in it.
Yeah.
There isn't a bad actor in the film, and that's what makes it a good film. Because it's so believable.
See if you remember this, there's a very surprise cameo in it. And do you know what? This film, like I said, I love my gangster films. Casino,
yeah, I know.
Goodfellas. You know where I'm going with this. Goodfellas.
Yeah.
You know, there's loads. Road to Perdition, again, another fantastic film. And this film is up there with them for me. And obviously,
just because.
No, it is. But the thing that puts the icing on the cake is obviously Robert De Niro being kind of the main.
He's that cherry, isn't he, mate?
Yeah, he's
cherry on top of the glorious.
Actually, and to see him, it really brought back that kind of Casino, Goodfellas look and vibe. I would say a little bit that vibe to it, and to think, yeah, this is good. And even that, I kind of think the film is recognising that is a nod to classic gangster films.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think the relationship between everyone's really good. Because obviously you kind of have like I was gonna say love triangle, but it's not, is it? Obviously, like you've got Jennifer Lawrence's character.
She's crazy.
Yeah, she's absolutely bat crazy.
Yeah.
Amy Adams' character, and then obviously Christian Bale, and Jennifer Lawrence is like the wife of Christian Bale, and then Amy Adams is like associate, but she's like girlfriend at the same time. Because they're the ones that do the hustling, aren't they? Yeah. Basically.
And then it was a bit weird was how they broke up, because then she leaves Christian Bale's character and starts hanging around with that Bradley Cooper's character.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
But it was all a ploy, wasn't it? In the end.
Remember.
To like for them to be soft. It was all a ploy basically for her getting with Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
Because she still played the same girl from London.
Yeah.
Or wherever. Yeah. Whereas obviously then as soon as she says she's who she is, it was then like, oh, you know, but I want nothing to do with you now. In terms of that relationship. You were in love with the girl from London.
Yeah.
But I'm this one now, so woo, like that.
Yeah.
That's how the it was, and it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
Obviously, but she was emotional about it. 'Cause she was like, oh, "I've been lying to you."
Yeah.
Because yeah, oh, it's a really cringy scene as well.
Yeah.
Actually, it's kind of like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
she's done you there, mate. What? But yeah, it's just a good film.
It
It is
is.
a good.
It is a really
It's
good
one
film.
of them where it has plot twists throughout it,
Mm.
and the final resolution's good of the film
Yeah.
as well. So
It's.
yeah,
I think it's. It's a good length and it is paced very well as well.
yeah.
Yeah, like I said again, that's another one of the films that after watching that, I just thought, yeah, Christian Bale's a great actor. There's not too much you can do wrong. Obviously, for me, kind of wrapping this up, going on to reviews.
Mm.
What was you getting? Have you got the details?
I've met. Yeah, I just
Uh,
closed my book. I
uh,
don't know why. So in terms of reviews for American Hustle,
yep.
DB gave it 7.2 out of 10.
Okay, that's lower than I thought.
But Rotten Tomato gave it 92%.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
So,
Me personally, easy a strong critical 3. And
yeah, I don't know. If I'm comparing it to the films that I've put in the critical 3 at the moment, I wouldn't necessarily put it in the same league.
no, but
Because the way I find the film, now I do like the film and I like all the actors in it, but I do find because it's obviously got all those actors in it, and there isn't really an unknown name in the film throughout the film really, apart from the B characters in it. But all the main characters are obviously like what are now probably A-list actors. Maybe they
yeah,
weren't then, but they are definitely now. Obviously Jennifer Lawrence blown up
yeah,
a
at
lot.
that time,
Yeah, Christian Bale's now blown up after Vice. Amy Adams again after
yeah,
Vice. She was nominated for supporting actress, wasn't
yeah,
she? It was just like I felt like the cast almost showboating what they got. I don't know why I felt like that. I just did
yeah,
throughout it,
but
and especially Jeremy Renner.
yeah,
He was the most. But then I suppose that's maybe what the film was trying to give off. But it was just very like,
but the
oh,
characters are very big and
yeah,
they're
yeah,
very big in
you're right.
70s, and they kind of all love themselves anyway. That's
Yeah,
kind of fun because the reason I've given it a critical 3 is because it was one of those where I went in, I wasn't expecting much. I was expecting very mediocre, but the soundtrack's great, the editing's great, the direction's great, the look, and like I said, it's got that feel of it's easy got that feel of Goodfellas, but a
mm,
modern day version. And Christian Bale again is fantastic in it. So yeah, it is an easy critical 3 for me. Now compare it to the others, then it would be kind of low on the list to the ones I've given a critical 3 for.
mm.
But regarding on just this alone,
Yeah, I'll give it a critical 3 then, but I'll give it a low one.
a low one. Yeah,
Yeah,
not just a normal one.
no, not a normal one. We'll give it a low one
A low one.
because I was almost going to give it a high 2,
Okay. So
but
it's
I just feel just because I don't want to get punched in the face next time I see you, I feel like I should just give it a low 3.
Yeah. Okay. No, I think that sounds about right.
All right. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'll give it that.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. So yeah, guys, again, massive thank you for tuning in. This has been our Christian Bale special podcast. I think we've done well. We've covered quite a bit of film, spoken quite a bit about him. Like I said, kind of a man of that kind of caliber. There's not really too much apart from positive to say. Really, there's not much negative to say. And there's a lot of things to compare. But yeah, again, I just want to say massive thank you for your support in the Oscar Live. Again, a big thank you on this one. You got anything to say before we wrap up on this one?
No, just leave comments. Obviously,
Yep.
we've asked you a couple of things. Especially, we'd like you to leave comments in regards to if you would like to see the kind of filming location tours, almost.
Yeah.
And obviously, we won't just go London. Obviously, if if it does well in terms of views, and obviously we can afford to go, we'll go other places.
Yeah.
I know I went to Wells in Somerset, which is where they did Hot Fuzz.
Yeah. That would be a good place to go.
And that was, yeah, it's just funny. It was just funny to be stood there. It was just funny. But yeah, there's a few places like that in there. So
Yeah. I think
we'll just go.
I
and
think
do
we was
stuff.
kind of looking at that video around about end of April. Am I right when we discussed it? Was it end of April?
Yeah.
Early
End of
May?
end of April, because I'm not doing anything April month.
No.
So
Yeah. So again, like I said, leave a comment below. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Obviously, give us a shout, give us a share, and again, just thanks for tuning in. Also, our next video will be our critical news.
it will.
Quite a few bits have dropped.
It's been a while, and since we've done one. I think
yeah.
it's been
over
a week, hasn't it? But
it has
we'll get back on it. And it's good that we're doing that way, because I think we had covered a lot of subjects in the Critical 3 news before.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of, we've got a lot to cover again.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got a bit of a backlog.
Yeah, which is good, because then we can pick the best things out rather than having to do some of the B-list stuff.
Yeah.
Like Frozen 2. I'm joking. Those people. But obviously,
we're talking about one of my most anticipated films of 2019.
Yeah, it's all about Wonder Park, mate. Sure. Anyway.
What, with a pie corn?
Hey, it's Pocahontas. Anyway, all right. Thank you very much for hanging with us. Anything more to say?
No, all done.
All good. All right, peace.
Cheers. Bye.